All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Sonar. Another basic class Transmetal 2 Maximal here. Kind of interesting thing about Sonar's original profile is that in the original toy line, just kind of by happenstance, there were sort of no gender pronouns used in their profile. And in more recent years, they've kind of used that as an opportunity to sort of retcon Sonar into being another female character since it wasn't really specified before. And, obviously we could always use more female characters in Transformers. So may not have originally intended to be a female character, but that's all right. Another female character is not a bad thing. And yeah, Sonar here turns into a little Transmetal 2 Bat, which is, it's an okay mode. I think that this is not one of the stronger Transmetal 2 figures. She's maybe not the weakest one, but definitely kind of down near the bottom there. The Bat mode is okay. I think the thing that's kind of strange about it is there's not really a great place to have it like sit on the ground. Like it kind of sits like that. It's in this like mid-flying pose, but it looks just a little weird sitting on the ground. I've also seen transformations where the feet are flipped around like this to kind of like prop her up. But in that case, she's got both like, weird legs down here and bat legs. So I don't think that makes any sense. So I just leave these kind of folded up underneath here. And you can also, like, when this is clicked into place like this, they kind of sit like this, but you can push them a little bit further in if you kind of unclick that section, so the knees sit a little bit closer into the body just to kind of make them a little bit more hidden. And that's how I prefer to do it. But yeah. This was one that I had as a kid and, just kind of was lost to time. So I recently found it on eBay there. And what I didn't notice on the eBay listing that it was actually missing this piece. And I was like, all right, that sucks. I, kind of screwed up there. I didn't look at it closely enough. And then I was like, well, I think that I might have a piece or two of my original one sitting in my parts pile. So then I fished it out and found that I actually had both of the arms. So if I had realized that earlier, then maybe I could have found an even cheaper one on eBay that was, just kind of a junker one for parts that had everything other than the arms. But it's fine. It wasn't terribly expensive anyway. The Bat mode is okay. I like the detail. The chrome wear on this one seems to have held up pretty well. It just kind of has a problem sitting on the ground. Also, this is super annoying that this piece is like floppy and it doesn't really have a great reason to have articulation. So just a little bit extra annoyance there for no good reason. But in terms of articulation, you can open the Bat mode jaw. You can't really do anything else with the head just because it's kind of this separate piece that's folded over the robot mode head. Like the ears are actually the robot mode ears, which is kind of funny too, because then if you get the right angle looking inside the mouth there, you can see her robot mode face, which is a little creepy. And then the wings, the only thing you can really do is fold that piece in and out. And then the back legs here, you can kind of hinge up and down and then hinge out to the side for whatever reason. But you're really not getting a ton of posability here. In terms of comparisons in this mode, just for the standard one, here she is with Kingdom Sideswipe. And then here she is with Kingdom Rat Trap for the standard Beast Former core class figure. And then here she is with Transmetal 2 Stink Bomb, the other basic class Transmetal 2 Maximal that we took a look at recently, so you can see what they look like together. To get onto transformation, she's got some kind of weird things going on here. It's not like a really complex transformation, but it's a little bit annoying insofar that there's like a few steps that you have to like do and then undo later just for the sake of clearance, which is a little bit clunky. To start off here, you just want to unpeg the arms from the rest of the wings here and just fold them down on these gold armatures like that just to get them out of the way. And then you take this entire wing section and you kind of break it in half here. You want to take the legs and just fold them down so you can take this chrome section and it'll actually slide up on this slider here. And then you basically want to take the lower section of the legs here and rotate them around like this, just so you have the clearance to kind of untab the waist section and kind of feed these through the cavity underneath the chrome piece like that. And then the chrome piece itself, you actually slide back up one of the steps that you undo, and then you have to rotate the legs back around at the knees so they're facing forward. And then you this is kind of looped in here, but you want to take this section and you just fold it up like this, and then to lock that into place, you take the waist section and it will kind of click into place like that. Then you take the chrome section of the bat head and kind of fold it down like this, it will sit behind the waist piece. You have to have the jaw a little bit open. You can open it all the way or just a little bit, just because the jaw piece itself would interfere with the waist piece. And then the third step that you have to undo is you have to fold this back up. So again, just like a lot of little weird steps that you have to do and then undo later, which is a little bit annoying. And then you can kind of take these little claws. I mean, originally, I think that the way that they're supposed to work, because this is the only reason that this joint exists, is they're supposed to fold down like this to be like little extra vestigial arms that are facing the wrong direction. Like the claws are facing outward instead of inward, which is a little weird. And then these are her proper robot mode arms. But what I prefer to do is just leave these, closed back up and then just kind of fold them down to be kind of extra shoulder detailing. And I just think that's a much cleaner robot mode. But yeah, there we have Sonar in her robot mode. And yeah, I like the robot mode a lot better. There's still, it's not perfect, but it's a little bit, I think more polished than the Bat mode, especially when you have these folded over rather than being like weird little extra arms. I mean, I guess it's a nice feature to have, but it would have been better if these were maybe like on ball joints there, so you could actually rotate these around, because having these face the wrong way around just, I think, looks extra weird. But yeah, in terms of articulation, she's not the greatest. Head is on a ball joint, so her head can rotate around and kind of hinge up and down like that. Obviously, if you have these here, the ears kind of bump into it sometimes. The shoulders are on ball joints, so they can rotate around. She unfortunately doesn't have any elbows at all. They're kind of just sculpted in place and sculpted into like the gorilla arm posture where the hands are facing, forward like that. Which is not great, but whatever. Nothing at the waist. The hips are on ball joints. They can go forward and back and can't really go that far out to the side just because they run into these like armature pieces for the slider. Her knees are on ball joints, which gives her a thigh swivel and about a little bit over 90 degrees of bend at the knee there. And then the feet are on hinges, which on mine are a little bit loose as well, which is a little bit annoying. So yeah, not great. I mean, the arms just being one solid piece and not even facing in the better looking direction, I think is a little bit annoying. And then this piece is still kind of, you can still fold that up and down for whatever reason. It's just like an extra piece for the sake of being an extra piece, just to add a little bit more asymmetry, I guess. So yeah, a little bit of a weird design. I generally like the way it looks, but in terms of functionality, it's not great. You can fold open this chrome hatch here to show her maximal spark crystal on the chest there, which is nice. But yeah, in terms of comparisons in this mode, here she is again with Sideswipe and Rat Trap, just for those standard ones. So you can see not a whole lot bigger than Rat Trap, definitely more bulk, but pretty comparable and compared to height there. And then here she is again with Stink Bomb, just so you can see what she looks like with another Transmetal 2 basic class maximal. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about Sonar. Not a great figure. Again, like I've said, not one of my favorite Transmetal 2s. Not without some interesting design cues. I do generally like the way the robot mode looks, and the Bat mode does have some nice aesthetics. It's just like a little bit hindered by a few weird things about it, like not actually looking good on display for the most part. But yeah, an okay little figure. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to her. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And without further ado, here we have Transformers Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Sonar.